Spicy food lovers, you need this baked Cajun fries recipe in your life. It is an awesome side dish. It is nice and spicy, excellent crispiness without all the frying mess at home. Let's do this. First things first, we want to wash a couple of large baking potatoes, anywhere from 2 to 4, depending on how large of a recipe you're making. You really want to scrub free any dirt and debris and just get them nice and clean. Set it aside. All right, we have our potatoes scrubbed nicely clean. So the next step is to slice your potatoes into French fry shape, and you can make them as thick or as thin as you want to. I like to do it about a 1/4 inch thickness. So let me just start slicing these here. All right, finishing up the potato slicing here. Got some nice large fry shapes. You can see looks like a nice long French fry. Got a big pile going here, and you can see 2 large potatoes makes quite a lot for good serving. So you can do 2 to 4 as many potatoes as you want. So now that your potatoes are nicely sliced, we want to soak them. This is a very important step. So I've got myself a large bowl here, and I'm going to get all of the sliced potatoes into the bowl. I'm going to use a large enough bowl because we're going to cover it with water. And let me get this all put in. All right, all of my potatoes are into a bowl, and the next step is to soak them. Soaking the potatoes is an extremely important step because you're basically soaking out a lot of the extra starches from the potatoes, and this will help give yourself a nice crispiness. All right, just make sure everything's nicely covered, and I'm going to let this sit here for a good 60 minutes at least. You can get away with a 10-minute soak. But really, 60 minutes or longer is much better. You'll get a lot more of those starches that come out of the potato. It'll definitely help for crispier French fries when you're baking them, or frying, really. It's all those starches that kind of makes the final product a bit soft. All right, my potato slices have been soaking basically for, I actually did about 90 minutes. You can go a little longer if you want to, but 60 minutes is usually good. So next we're going to go ahead and drain out all this liquid, all the water. And let me drain this here. I've got a large towel set up here on my cutting board. So what you really want to do is you want to dry these off as much as possible. The dryness is super important. Any like water or moisture is going to kind of rob your French fries from their crispiness, so get them as dry as possible. And you can use paper towels, it's totally fine as well. All right, guys, I got my potato slices all nice and dried up here. So the next step is get them into a bowl. Slide this over a bit. Got my bowl, and just pop it right in there. Yes. If you need to, you can keep drying it as much as you want to. Get rid of all that moisture. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna season up our potatoes here. So I have some olive oil. You're gonna use anywhere from 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Just kind of get it poured in. Give it a little bit of a toss to get everything coated. Woo, I'm gonna lose some fries. And Cajun seasoning. So this here is a homemade Cajun seasoning blend of mine. I make it in bulk. You can tell I use it a lot. But you can use blackening seasoning or Creole seasoning, but really Cajun seasoning. This is a baked Cajun fries, so you need some good Cajun blend. Again, I use my homemade, and I'm going to use 2 to 3 tablespoons or so. We just kind of get it kind of sprinkled into the bowl here. And you can use more or less if you want to, really to your personal taste. Everything is to your personal taste. So let me give it a toss. Get everything nicely coated. Oh, keep going, keep going. A little bit more, a little bit more. All right. So let me talk a little bit about heat factor here. With my particular Cajun blend, I make mine with a lot of extra cayenne and a little pinch of ghost powder usually for some blooming, delicious heat. But you can really dial back on that, and you can make a blend that has a less cayenne, obviously no ghost pepper for like an average sort of seasoning spiciness. But really just use your favorite blend. If you like it extra spicy like I do, you can always add that in. Now it is time to bake our baked Cajun fries. So I have a very large baking sheet set up here that's lightly oiled. And just go ahead and pour them right in, just get them all spread out. So, yeah, you want to nicely spread them out as much as you can, get a good layer for baking, for even baking. All right, I have these nicely spread out, and you can use 2 baking sheets if you want to, make it a little bit easier for yourself if you're doing a large batch. But the baking process, this is a 2-step baking process. So first we're gonna bake these for 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we're gonna raise the temperature after that to 450 to bring out some little extra crispiness, and bake for another 20 to 25 or until they're done, until your personal preference. So, all right, let's pop these in the oven. All right, these have been baked for 20 minutes so far. So now I'm gonna toss them again a little bit to kind of spread them around the pan a bit for more even cooking. Increase the temperature of your oven to 450 degrees. Then we're gonna go ahead and bake for another 20 to 25 minutes. All right, the oven's at 450. Let's keep baking. Here it is. These are baked up just the way I like them. They're nice and brown and starting to really crisp up. If you want them to be extra crispy, you can totally leave them in the oven for a little bit longer and shake it a bit until it hits that perfect crispiness that you want. Or you can even hit it in the broiler and get some extra heat on it. But just be careful not to let them burn, because they can burn pretty quickly if you're not watching it. So delicious, it smells amazing. All right, take a taste. Delicious. These are all mine. When you're ready to serve these up, my friends, I highly suggest you give it a try with this awesome muffaletta sandwich. It is a delicious, meaty sandwich from New Orleans that is unparalleled, and it's the perfect pairing. I think you'll love it. So thanks for visiting my kitchen today. I hope you'll subscribe. New videos every Friday.